Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And today we are talking if it's possible to be two seasons at once. Now, this might get a little controversial, I have to say.
That's okay. We're here to create controversy.
Chaos. We are chaos.
And then resolve it with logic.
I like that.
That's our brand.
Yeah, we'll resolve it at the end, though, after we create all the chaos.
Absolutely. So let me just show you something. You see here up top on, say, at the 12 o'clock position to the 9 o'clock position, that's autumn. But within that, in little pie slices, you'll see that you have a clear autumn, a warm autumn, a soft autumn, and a deep autumn. But you just go one more pie slice, and there's a deep winter right there next to it on the color wheel. And there are people who fall right in the middle between warm and cool, who happen to be deep. So what would you have? You would have a combination of the two. We call them deep neutrals or neutral deeps. Do we call them deep neutrals?
Deep neutrals.
Yes. And the reason for that, and they're like, well, why don't you call them winter autumns or autumns or something? Because they're neutral. They fall in the middle. So if you've got a deep autumn who wears a deep, rich orangey red and a deep winter who wears a plummy red, but the person that you're doing color analysis for isn't really warm or cool, then they will wear something that falls in the middle, as if you've blended the two together. And the same is true on the light side of the color wheel. You have light spring and light summer. Mm-hmm. Blend them together and you get kind of a neutral of the two. Because sometimes, and we are very close to this, by the way, I might be a neutral. But because I'm not all that cool.
You're not 100% cool. You're not 100% warm.
So let's assume, I've been saying I'm a soft summer just to make it easy, because I haven't crossed the line into something else.
But yeah, you still lean cooler than you do warm.
Kind of. But look at my skin. My eyes are teal, so they're kind of in the middle. My skin's neutral, kind of in the middle. And my hair, it's looking pretty warm if I don't put on my gray rinse, which I haven't done all summer. So I could be a neutral, a light neutral.
Yeah.
Soft neutral.
And you wear a lot of light neutral shades. Like you can go a little bit warmer, you can go a little bit cooler, but you still can rock a gray really well. So that's what kind of tips me over.
Yeah, that's why, Sarah says, oh, Mom, you're cool. But really, that's because there's some cool in my hair.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I could be a soft neutral.
Oh, absolutely. You could pull from the soft neutral palette any day.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So when we combine, if you're not really one or the other, if you're not really a clear autumn, you're not really a clear spring, but you're clear, but you're neutral, and this is possible, believe it or not, then you can kind of wear in between there, particularly if your skin tone is like deep, but you're a clear. We see a lot of neutrals there in that category.
Right.
This tool, this chart, is the best way to see. You look at somebody who's directly across. Like, for example, a warm autumn, directly across from that, you see that there is cool summer. There's a neutral there.
So if you're somebody who is medium, that is kind of that in between of a warm autumn, warm spring, they could be that medium depth. So you don't get the super rich or the deep colors of autumn, but you also don't get the super light colors of spring. You got to stay in that middle ground, and you can pull from in between palettes.
Every dominant characteristic, you want to remind us what they are?
Light to deep. I'm doing it backwards, aren't I?
No, well,
warm to cool, soft to clear.
Right. So every one of those has a neutral point to it.
Like it's a spectrum.
Exactly. So if your client or you falls in between, I cannot tell you how many clients we have that have neutral skin tone. They may have a neutral eye, but their hair might be really warm, like Sara. It's possible that when you cannot put them on one side or the other, that they are a blend of seasons that we call neutral. We actually have on our website palettes
For neutrals.
Kind of based on the dominant characteristics. And believe you me, there are a lot of people who want those palettes, in particular the neutral palettes.
I was going to say our neutral palettes by far do the best compared to every other palette. So but I think that's where kind of color class thrives, is that neutrality. For people who don't fit perfectly into one of the 16, one of the 12, one of the 4, that's where we really emphasize that neutrality, because it hit us. We didn't fit in. So we needed something to help us bring our shades together, understand, learn what we can do to incorporate those shades.
And we brought you color class. And what's funny is we once had a client say to us, you guys are great for the weirdos.
Yeah.
And I didn't say that. And I don't think neutrals are weirdos. I don't think softs are like some of the special season subcategories that we bring to you. I don't think anybody's a weirdo. I think you're you.
I mean, we are a little weird, but...
Okay. All right. Yes, we are weird. But the point is, everybody's different. And as we always say, you can't throw the whole world into 4 buckets and of color blends and have them fit.
Right.
And how many times does this happen? I'm going to give you a scenario, and you tell me how often we run into this with clients. How often do we have people say, I just felt like I didn't fit?
Oh, a majority.
Those words.
Yes, majority
of
our clients.
Most of our clients say that. So if you feel like you don't fit, that you got a color analysis done and it just isn't quite right, or you've never gotten your colors done because you felt like you didn't fit, that's okay. There are colors there. I guarantee you there's a beautiful palette waiting for you, without a doubt.
Yes.
So blended palettes happen all the time. And here's another kind of fun fact about that. When we do our eye enhancer palettes, our skin tone enhancer palettes, and our hair enhancer palettes, that's when even people who fit into one of the 16, that's when things kind of go awry and they start getting bits and pieces from other seasons. And that's a beautiful thing, because it affects your overall color landscape.
Yes.
And your color landscape is the tool that you use to find colors in the store, or, if you're ordering online, not, one of 30 little chips or something that has to match. This creates your whole world.
Yes, your custom color landscape. And that's the perfect place where we can kind of put in our custom color portfolios. So if you are interested, we do have links down in the description. And I really would recommend it, not only if you are somebody who is a weirdo and doesn't fit in, or even if you're somebody who might lean a little one way or the other, then come on over. Come check us out. We also have our Patreon page, our Discord. We can chat there.
And we have some brilliant color analysts who are based in logic the way we are.
Yes, exactly.
And they're doing some beautiful work.
Yeah. So hop on over there. I would highly recommend. We'd love to chat with you about color. Now, lastly, our social media. If you would be so kind and head on over to Instagram, follow us there. We would be grateful. We are trying to build that Instagram page right now, working on it, and would love to have you. So lastly, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.